Hey, I'm Russ Lane, Bassmaster Elite Series Pro here with Tackle Warehouse. We are here on Lake Lanier in right outside of Atlanta, Georgia. It's mid-late April. Water is mid-60s. We're down on the south end of the lake. It's crystal clear, and we're just getting out here this morning. And I expect there to be a lot of fish on beds, and got some cloudy skies. Spots may be out chasing some of the blueback herrings, but we're gonna get out here and move around, see can't we figure something out. I've got Buckeye's new wake bait. I'm probably gonna start off throwing that. If I find a fish on bed, I've got the Big Bite YoDaddy. That's the first thing I'm gonna throw on them. So we're gonna ease around this pocket and see what we can see. Hopefully there's a few fish on bed in here and see can't we pick one off. Have a little fun today. You know, this is kind of a unique period. It's towards the tail end of the spawn, and you know, the water's not quite warm enough for these fish to be just all out chasing and, you know, still in that post-spawn funk. Well, this Buckeye Wake Up wake bait is like the perfect bait for that funky period when the fish are not, you know, they're not really in the mood to chase. But, you know, you can throw this thing over the beds, and, you know, I think it almost kind of, it's so slow, you know, and it kind of mesmerizes them. It makes them, you know, it fools them, makes them come off that bed and bite. It's a cool bait though for that 3 or 4 week period when the, you know, on the tail end of the spawn where there's a few fry garter fish and a handful of females still up there on beds. But I expect to get a few good bites on this thing this morning. All right, we've been cruising around the back of this pocket, and I see a couple of really nice fish on bed back here, and I got the Big Bite YoDaddy out. It's my favorite bait, confidence bait, flipping, pitching, sight fishing, back of a football jig. But I'm gonna put it on them, see what we can do, see if we can make one bite. There's a fish right there. Look at that. He's fixing to get it. Oh, he had it the whole time. Oh, he's got it now. Man, these fish are strong. Maybe a little too big to sling. There we go. All right. That was pretty cool how that worked out. You know, big fish. Had to intimidate him with a big bite. With a big bait. Big bite bush pig. A nice one. But you know, there's 2 more out there just like him. We're gonna catch them too. Pretty. This is one of the things that I really like to do, you know, towards the tail end of the spawn. The water's just warm enough to, you know, get the fish to chase just a little bit. You know, buzz bait works good, but I really like this Buckeye wake bait. What I'll do is, you know, I'll put the trolling motor on about, you know, say 50%, and I'll keep moving, and I'll keep waking this bait around, and while I look, and, you know, not really paying much attention to the bait, every once in a while a fish will hit it and you'll catch them, or a fish will show itself that's on bed that may not get the wake bait. Turn around, set up on the fish, he'll be on bed, catch him on the YoDaddy or the, you know, or the Big Bite bush pig. But, you know, covering water and keeping a bait wet while I'm looking is really key to me late in the spawn this time of year. You know, when you're throwing the Buckeye Wake Up, there's several things that are really key with your setup, from your rod, reel, all the way down to your line, to get the right action and to keep that bait on the surface. I like to go with a Abu Garcia Revo Premier in a 6.3 to 1. I don't like the 7 to 1 because it reels it too fast, and if you reel this bait too fast, it has a tendency to turn over, and that defeats the whole purpose of the slow presentation that makes those fish commit to it. I also like to use a 7-foot, just a medium action carrot stick rod, real limber tip, you know, lets those fish get it and get those hooks in them, you know, before I snatch it away from them. Also, this is another big key, 12-pound shooter fluorocarbon. you think, well, why do you use fluorocarbon on a surface bait? Well, the thing is, this is a wake bait. You want a lighter line that cuts through the water a lot easier. You hold that rod tip high, and the line actually cuts through the surface and actually helps that bait to ride up high. So I'm holding my rod tip up high, you know, slow retrieve. The light line helps keep the bait on the surface. And those are the three things that are really key when you're throwing this Buckeye Wake Up. Light line, limber rod, slow retrieve reel, and just hold on, because when they hit it, it's unbelievable. See that? Fall the bait out. There we go. God, these fish are so strong. It's clear water. Oh, that's a big old spot.